It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and the wait is over for this rivalry game. It's the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. All that and more coming up next.
Well, to the locals, it's still and will always be Heinz Field. But for the rest of us, we're along the North Shore of the Allegheny and Ohio Rivers at Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So glad y'all could join us for this game. Kate, Scott, and Brock here on the call for it, and we're expecting quite a bit of offensive gamesmanship, partner. Some veteran savvy out there. Both of our starting quarterbacks have spent quite a long time in this league, and they've got plenty of experience to show for it.
Yeah, I like the way you say that right there. Gamesmanship and veteran savvy. Father Time, he chases down these skill guys. It's a game that's getting younger and younger, right? Because, well, it's hard to be as fast as you've been when you were a rookie. But as a quarterback, you've got to use your years of experience. Both these guys have to play this game from the neck up and still play it at a high level.
Justin Hopkins out, ready to send this away. And we're off from Acrisure. Has this at the 6. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. So the Steeler offense getting out there for its opening drive of the game. They're led out by one of the game's most tenured veterans and most decorated quarterbacks of all time, Aaron Rodgers.
I think it's safe to say, Kate, Aaron Rodgers may be one of the most polarizing figures in the NFL, but there is nobody that will question his ability to spin a football different than everybody else. Just ask his receivers, tight ends, running backs, anybody that's ever played with him. He elevates their game, and he often elevates his own game to an MVP kind of level.
Rodgers throwing to start it off. Going deep right away. He's got it at the 30. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. You don't get too many plays of that size in a game, and that flag takes away one of them. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20. Warren here from the gun. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. From the shotgun, Rodgers. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Every defense in this league is going to sign up for a 3-and-out to begin a ball game. But to send them off the field, to really add that extra tone setter by backing them up with a sack, well, that's the cherry on top of that 3-and-out.
On 4th down, the Steelers are going to turn to Cameron Johnston to punt this away. And he'll punt it away to end a disappointing opening drive. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. So here are the Browns now, headed out for their first drive. And leading them out, going strong well over a decade now after entering the league as a first-rounder out of Delaware, it's Joe Flacco.
Don't think for a second, Kate, he hasn't heard the noise. Read the comments from the keyboard warriors who say they just want somebody else leading this team. But let me let you in on a little secret. Those criticisms, they can fuel quarterbacks. Make that chip on the shoulder even bigger to prove people wrong and to show I really do belong in this league.
Throwing it to start this drive. Completed over the middle. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Patrick Queen arranging in for the tackle.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Motion man left is Johnson. Wideout's getting involved in the ground game. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, they eschewed the pass to try and bring up 3rd and short via a little more conservative ground call, but it backfired. You know, the defense, they'll look for keys up front, and they fired off the line knowing a run was coming. And, boy, they busted it before it could get back to the line.
To the air, 3rd and long. Complete beyond the marker. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. They'll get 18 yards there. And that gives the Browns a first.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Finding Judy. And he's taken down at the 30. Following that completion, medical staff headed out for an injured player. We'll see what the nature of his injury is. Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. Here's Jerome Ford for the first time this game. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
3rd and just 2 to go. Another one for Ford. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense that just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, it sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
So the Browns are going to kick the field goal on 4th down. Dustin Hopkins on for the attempt. From the right hash, it's a 47-yarder. Carlson's kick is good. And that one's going to get them on the scoreboard.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Hopkins has it on the tee, and he's ready to send it flying. Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Steeler offense out and ready to go for their 2nd drive. They didn't start the game off like they wanted, Brock. Still searching for that opening 1st down as they take the field a 2nd time. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Rodgers here from the gun. Finds Woods. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. A give left side to Warren. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
You know what I love about that play call? It was simple. Nobody overthinking on the sideline or out on the field. Just an offense going to work and moving those chains.
First down, ball at the 36. Now here's Rodgers. He finds Woods. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Warren running between the tackles. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
Kate, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
Into the hands of Pat Freiermuth. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
2nd and 3 now. Trying an inside give to Warren. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. That one ends up a gain of 6. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
Play action with Rodgers. Bails out of the pocket quick. Now he takes it. They get 19, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. And they will score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers pull ahead 6-3 in the first. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
Point after up and good from Boswell. And the Steelers take a 4-point lead. Now Boswell on to send this away. To return, Jerome Ford. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. Onto the field comes the Browns offense for the 2nd time. And they brought out their kicker for a field goal their last possession. This time they'll look to bring him out for an extra point instead. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Pass play on 1st and 10. That's Tillman. He's got it. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Here's a throw. And this throw is knocked away, incomplete. Jerry Jeudy, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Throwing with a blitz on the way. He just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Got a man. It's Njoku. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
He'll throw it yet again. Throw reeled in by Njoku. And they make the stop, we're going to say at about the 37-yard line.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 37. He beams one deep right side. He's got it deep downfield. Touchdown, Cleveland. So, Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the first half of play.
On comes Dustin Hopkins to try the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Browns push their lead to 3. Hopkins has it on the tee, and he's ready to send it flying. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Steelers' offense headed out. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Blitz coming for Rodgers. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he'll be brought down after getting to the 47-yard line. He picks up 28 on the play. And that's a Steelers' 1st down.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
Shotgun handoff to Warren. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Second down now, 7 to go. Here's Rodgers. Metcalf there to bring it in. And he's able to get this down to the 36. That's a pickup of 9. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
That'll be the end of one in this AFC North battle. Just a field goal separates these two. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. Second quarter, all queued up and ready to go. It's Steeler football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. First carry for the versatile vet Cordero Patterson. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Rodgers to throw. Hits him on the out route. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They go with Warren on the run. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. This one goes for 3 yards. And that's a Steelers first down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Throwing on first down, Rodgers. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. The tip definitely broke up that throw. So it'll be 2nd down.
I'm just going to say maybe not the guy you want to pick on in coverage on this particular series. Gets a hand on that throw and knocks it away. And the next time, well, he could get 2 hands on it and take it the other way.
On 2nd and 10 now, Rodgers. Getting out to his left. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers take a second quarter lead. Aaron Rodgers with the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith. Right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Here's DeAndre Carter with the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Now we see the Browns offense headed out. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3 and out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Judy there to grab it. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's able to drive up past the 40. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 42. Finds a man, Deontay Johnson has it. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And he's able to work this down to the 41. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
That's just a good play to mix up what you're doing and keep that defense guessing. The execution, that's pretty well done too. Creating the space for a solid pickup.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Ford running to the right. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. A 1-yard gain on the play. And that's good for a Cleveland 1st down.
Hey, I know the temptation is there. If I'm thinking it in the booth, I know that play caller is too. That could have been a chance to be aggressive. Not the case. Go get the 1st down like they did, and a new set of downs to work with.
Play action on 1st down. He'll get this to Tillman. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. The give up the middle to Ford. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Staying on the ground with Ford. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. They get about 4 there, need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
That's caught for the 1st. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards them with a 1st and goal.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They'll try and punch it in. Is in. Touchdown, Cleveland. The Browns take a 2nd quarter lead. On is Hopkins for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Browns push their lead to 3. Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. He fields it from the 8. This return makes it up to the 25. Now Pittsburgh's offense running back out for a new series. And with each team coming off a touchdown and scoring well early on, we've got the makings of a barn burner here, Brock, if they can keep this up.
Yeah, and as a quarterback, as an offense, it doesn't mean you over-try, but you just know, hey, man, our defense having a hard time slowing them down, and we've got to step on that accelerator.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here with Warren. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. They'll go again with Warren. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. He gets 6 on that play. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
And defenders are there to get him at the line. Greg Newsome bringing that play to an end. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
As a corner in this league, well, you can go to the Pro Bowl if you can cover. But you want to be an all-pro? You stick someone like that.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Now looking to throw with Rodgers. Gets this to Woods. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that's a Steelers 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Now Warren. He's out in the clear. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That one goes for 25 yards. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down. From the red zone now. That's going to be caught by Washington. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. And former first-rounder Devin Bush making the play.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Rodgers set to pass. It's caught Metcalf. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
A pistol snap here, Rodgers. He completes it in traffic. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. They'll throw again. Rodgers. He's got it. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal. Throwing again, it's Rodgers. Has it in close. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. He hung in there as long as he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have bailed out. And it was what you talk about, Brock, that courage that kept the chant for the touchdown alive.
Yeah, that touchdown's going to show up on his stat sheet making the catch or the quarterback stat sheet for making the throw. But, hey, can we put some touchdowns up there for the big boys up front? It was their blocking and buying of time for that play that led to the score.
Boswell to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Steelers take a 4-point lead. Now Boswell on to send this away. Here's Ford on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Browns taking the field with barely any time left in this opening half. Not a whole lot of time left for him to put something together here before the break. Just 25 seconds remaining as they get all set up for first down. They'll throw to begin this drive. Taking the deep shot there on first down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
They don't complete a high percentage of these, but even the incomplete deep shots serve a purpose. It keeps the defense honest, knowing if they overcommit close, they could get burned.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Not taking any risks here, keeping this one on the ground. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Looking to the air here. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Pulled in at the 20. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up, past their own 30. This one returned for 11 yards. And they'll have a chance to run one play before time expires. One last play before the break. He's back to throw. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. That one's caught at the 10-yard line. So we arrive at halftime here in Pittsburgh. The Steelers leading after 2. Now it's down to Florida, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. We got an excellent first half from the former MVP, Aaron Rodgers. He threw 2 touchdown passes, ran for another, as his guys have the lead at halftime. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. The first half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. Return coming from the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Cleveland offense headed out for this first series of the second half. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Tackle made by the special teams ace, Miles Killebrew.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the 31, finding Judy. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Minka Fitzpatrick in on the stop. And the Steelers go in nickel. 3rd down. Pass play now. Connection made to Judy. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
Extra man in the secondary for the Steelers. 3rd down coming up. Back to throw now. Got a man. It's Njoku. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield.
Pursue, pursue, pursue. It's why they do these drills all the time, Kate. You do it through the offseason, you do it through training camp, you do them in the regular season. Because when a defense plays with tremendous pursuit, you force 4th downs just as they did.
The Browns are lining up to punt. His first effort went 47 yards. Brock looks to have a little more into this one. And they were giving him no chance to return this one. It soars over the sideline deep in enemy territory. Looks like right around the 8. The Steelers and Aaron Rodgers headed back out on offense. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. A run from Warren here to start the 3rd. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Hauled to the ground by Jordan Hicks. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
Rodgers here from the gun. Finds Woods. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They're now set for 1st and 10. Warren here from the gun. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Off the play fake, here's Rodgers. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
It's Warren on 3rd down. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a 1st down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
1st and 10 from the 41. Play action with Rodgers. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasted no time in getting that sack.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Another try following the sack. Gets this one to Cordero Patterson. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. And he's there to knock away the pass and force a 4th down. Could not beat the defender there. So that brings up 4th and long.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. That punt gets up to 59 yards. And the Browns will go on offense. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Judy there to grab it. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Dropping back to throw. That one complete to Njoku. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Now looking to throw. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. Tried getting it to Jerry Jeudy. So that brings up 2nd down.
Can't cover it much better than that really well-covered Kate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
2nd and 10 now. Throw reeled in by Njoku. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's 4. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there, making a really close measurement to see if he got the 1st down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Throwing from the gun here. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete.
Yeah, this game, you just can't make it harder than it needs to be. Just get the catch first. Guarantee your yards, and then worry about escaping defenders after the catch.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Ford straight ahead. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Tackled by the venerable Cameron Hayward. Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Skips it short of his man. That brings up 4th down.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, where they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
The Browns are lined up to punt. It'll be Corey Bajorquez doing the honors. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. Fields this at the 19. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Steelers headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. That one's complete, right side. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
Okay, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
On 2nd down, Warren. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Going to the ground again on 1st. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard from the secondary. Grant Delpit on the tackle. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
From the shotgun, Rodgers. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. To throw, Rodgers. Got a man, Patterson has it. And he's short of the first after a mile gain.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Punter takes the field on fourth down, and he sends this one flying. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. Cleveland's offense all set to take over. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Gets this to Johnson. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Pass play coming here. Connects with Johnson. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. So we hit the end of the third quarter. It's the Browns football. They're down but not out on the scoreboard. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. He'll throw it. Completed over the middle. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Shotgun snap, a give to Ford. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Most of the people watching will forget about that play in a couple minutes, but the coaches won't forget. He has that filed away the next time he really needs to pick up a few yards.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And he'll go down here at the 16. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the 1st down.
Just about every defensive coordinator worth his salt says two things in every production meeting. Number one, well, we got to stop the run. And number two, we got to take away the tight end. Well, good luck doing that. Defending a big guy who can move like that, it's a lot easier to talk about than to go out and execute.
They'll motion Johnson right. Oh, look at this. They give out the jet sweep. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, you call that play to surprise the defense, try to get to the goal line. But a quick adjustment by the defense, well, it kept him in position to make the stop and ruin that play.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. This is Ford on the handoff. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run? Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a 3rd run after back-to-back negative losses.
A give now from the gun. And he hits a wall at the line and goes nowhere.
Don't laugh at me, Kate. I almost wish there was an actual white flag on either sideline we could see waving in this spot, because that was an easy mop-up for the defense to force 4th and long.
Here's an important kick now for Dustin Hopkins. It's on the right hash for this 39-yarder. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they cut it down to within a field goal.
I bet you, Kate, if we were down there right in his mind as that ball sailed good through the uprights, his mind was already thinking about the next one. If this score holds and he gets another opportunity, well, the game could be on the line with that one.
Things trim back down to a single-point Brock as they send this off and away. Has this at the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Steelers and Jaylen Warren headed back out there offensively. And as some running lanes have closed, he's just found some new ones, continuing to hit this defense. More good numbers well into this second half. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Rodgers to throw. He finds Woods. And he crosses the sideline a yard or two beyond, it looks like the 30.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 32. Metcalf there to bring it in. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. They'll run with Warren. Pickup of 2 here. And that's a Steelers 1st down.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
New set of downs for him at the 38. First down throw by Rodgers. Gets this to Woods. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Warren running between the tackles. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on a 3rd and short.
Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Warren once more. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
They had the 1st down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
1st and 10. Ball set up at the 48. Off play action. Rodgers. Flushed out of the pocket. He tucks it and takes off. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
2nd and 3 now. Trying an inside give to Warren. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
You know what I like about a second and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a first down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Rodgers here off the play action. Caught for big yards on the right side. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. That's 16 on the pickup. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
To the air here on first down, Rodgers. Freiermuth there to bring it in. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Rodgers here from the gun. This one's caught. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
All set up for an insurance score here. It's 1st and goal. Throwing once again, Rodgers. And got his man. That's a Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers grow the lead to 7. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Boswell to add the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Steelers grow their lead to 8. Now Boswell on to send this away. Here's Ford on the return. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. The Browns getting their offense out there. They have a chance to tie this game back up, but they got to get this to the end zone first on a touchdown, and then again on a 2-point try. All right, one more snap before the 2-minute warning. Throwing from the gun. He'll get this to Tillman. And he gets a gain of 9, and that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. He'll look to throw it. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. A 5-yard gain on the play. And that gives the Browns a first.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Setting up to pass. Throw reeled in by Njoku. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. Here he is to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. And what will they dial up on 3rd and short? So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for a Cleveland first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Back to throw. Into the hands of Tillman, complete. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. To the line for a new set of downs. Only a lone timeout at their disposal. From the red zone now. The throw is caught. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Browns fighting the clock now, trying to hurry back to that line. He's got Njoku on the sideline, caught. And he takes it down to the 2, but no touchdown yet. He's out of bounds. It's a 6-yard gain. That sets up 1st and goal.
Look up contested catch in the football dictionary, and you'll see that. I mean, I can't critique the defense there. They're in the hip pocket of that tight end. But these contested catches, these tight ends that can separate with their hands, utilize their body, even when you're covered, you're not.
And he sails that one over the end zone.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. You've got to shake it off and keep on firing.
So the incompletion on 1st. Here's 2nd and goal. Still sticking with the passing game. Oh, put way too much on that one, Brock. Over the end zone and out.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Now to throw. And they're still left, Brock. He brings in the touchdown, and now they've got a shot to force overtime. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
So now a big play coming from the Browns as they try for 2. He's throwing for it. And that catch gets them the 2. We're all tied up here in the 4th. They're not out of it yet. That conversion successfully tying this game and puts us, of course, on track for overtime.
So much momentum gain, long odds to get those 2-point conversions, but now you got to have discipline. We know, we've seen it in playoffs with limited time left. You got to make sure you finish the deal and carry this momentum you've just gained into that extra frame.
Hopkins has it on the tee, and he's ready to send it flying. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Rodgers. Caught by Freiermuth. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Well, Brock, 4 quarters, couldn't decide a winner. And now we're set up for an exciting conclusion to this contest. Overtime is coming up next. From the jaws of defeat, they snatch this game away. And now we're off in overtime to decide it. This return starts at the 5. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. The Cleveland offense back out and getting set for the drive. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. First throw of overtime now. Got a man. It's Njoku. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. A 4-yard pickup, and they're just inches shy as we reach 3rd down. A give up the middle to Ford. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
Go ahead. Find me an offense that won't take that type of efficiency on every snap. Listen, it was good execution, a quality gain, and it moved the sticks.
All set up now for 1st and 10. From midfield now. That one complete to Njoku. And he gets it past the 50 and down to the Steelers' side of the field.
You put up the combine times of tight ends running a 40-yard dash, and they certainly don't run as fast as the safeties or the corners in this league. But when you get them going in the right direction and you get them dragging across the field like that, well, they can still do their damage.
Now it's a bootleg for him. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's taken down at the 30. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that gives the Browns a 1st.
You call that 1st down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards, but they'll take that every single time.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. They give it to him again. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Back to the well again. And he's in. It's a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns pull in front. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
On is Hopkins for the extra point. The extra point is good, and that's a big one. Now their defense just has to defend a 7-point lead here in overtime.